my $100 sneakers. Booming like a speaker with my $100 sneakers. Baggy black jeans, knapsack, and
my ladies always telling me that they just wanna kick it. I think that it's the jealousy, see, cause they see how my kicks is.
These Air Nikes on my feet keep my cipher complete. Jordans and SBs when I'm out in the streets. I remember the days when I ain't had no heat. Now they fresh out the box.
Well, we was working on the gray area so long out in LA, man. You know, it's taking about 2 years now. So people getting antsy and anxious for new music. So the gray area is like 90s theme. So what I did is I made this EP as a prequel to it. So I took other people's beats from the 90s to give y'all a glimpse of what you're gonna get when the gray area comes out, because that's like all original production. Rick Hughes, my producer, American Noise, that's who produced my project, man. Yeah, it's basically the fans asked for it, so you gotta definitely appeal to your fans. That's who that's who you pay attention to the most. So when they start bugging you for music and it keeps going on for months and months and months, you gotta deliver. So that's what this project is about. It's for the people, man. Man, I've been rapping since I was 8. I don't really know how to explain it. I just heard it and how it sounded. I was just like, how did they get that to sound that way? Like, even before hip hop, like the earliest thing I can remember is when back then I didn't realize it. Now I look back and realize it. I had synesthesia. That's when you see sounds. That's when basically one of your senses heightens another. So, the earliest I can remember, I'm like 2 or 3 in the car, and I don't remember what song it was. It was about some chick in the 90s. It was like real popular. I think she was talking about like, I'm a bitch, I'm a whoop, something like that. I don't really remember what the song was, but I remember being in the car with my mom. I'm like 3, 4 years old, and like when I close my eyes, I picture like little aliens dancing to the music. And I don't know why, like ever since then, I would pay attention to music. I actually sung before I rapped when I was little, but my voice actually started changing once I hit like 8 or 9. So, my voice got deeper before everybody else's in school. And I lost my singing voice as a result. I couldn't hit notes anymore. I was always poetic. I had a big vocabulary growing up. Like, I would walk around the house with a little tape recorder with a mic attached to it. I would sing like songs, really the Howard Stern soundtrack, The Private Parts. If you ever seen that movie, I'd walk around the house singing every song off of there. And once I hit 8, 9, like I said, I just fell in love with rap. And then, at first it was the mainstream stuff, whatever I heard on the radio, and then of course Eminem, played a big part in that. That's around the time 8 Mile came out, so I started battling. I would be like, I say in the 5th grade, I was like 10 years old. I'll go up to the skating rink and I would battle dudes like that are my age now. Like, they was like 18 and 19 at the time, and being this little 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, whatever-year-old kid up there ripping these grown-ass men, people start paying attention, like, what the fuck? Like, it catches people off guard. And then, I seen people liked it, even at that young of an age. So, in middle school, I pursued, I was in band, and ever since then, that's when I was just like, all right, music is it. It ain't nothing else. All my friends play sports. I never play sports. And, I went the music route. It's an unexplainable feeling, man. It takes me over. Like, when I'm in the studio and I hear something that I like, or even if it's not in the studio, it's like, I'm in my iTunes and something comes on I didn't realize I had in there. It's wonderful. And I try to figure out, how did they do that? How did, what is that sampled from? How did they layer it? What effect is that? When I'm listening, I'm processing more than, just hearing. I'm actually listening. I'm processing it. Like I said, it's an unexplainable feeling, man. It's like falling back right now. It seems like it's funny because I started on the gray area in, I say, 2011. That's when I started on it, and I was doing the 90s shit. So that's 2 years ago, and now I'm starting. It's coming back full circle. So it's kind of good that I waited this long to drop it, because I'm seeing everybody putting out they 90s themed projects and shit now. Like the whole, Joey Badass and Pro Area and them's coming out. I'm seeing Mac Miller's putting out a 90s tape. So it's kind of going back to where it started from. It's going back. And if you pay close attention, like some of the songs on the radio right now, like they're covers of old shit. They just, you know, they just throw the EDM type shit, you know, into it. And I think that music is gonna get away from that. I think what started that whole trend when Timbaland was coming out with the Nelly Furtado and Justin Timberlake shit back then, and once Kanye dropped Stronger, that's when everybody started progressing towards this electronic shit. But if you pay attention to the radio right now, the way that the records is sounding, like for example that new Suit and Tie shit is coming back like to more soulful sounding shit. And then in hip hop it's like it's still progressing. They're starting to blend like pretty much trap drums with like any type of, you know, sample, anything like that. But it's going back to the 90s and older styles. So and honestly, I like that. I like the direction it's heading in now that it's going there, because that's where they made me, you know. 90s music, that's what made me. So you know, it's to my advantage. Let them do that if they want. That's gonna help me out, man. So yeah, that's where I see that shit going. It's going back. As far as being signed, honestly, it don't matter, man. Whoever fits, like, you know, the direction I want to go in and my image and things like that, that's who I'll sign with. You know, of course, if the deal's right. But as far as people I want to work with, I worked with Raekwon last year. That was a pretty big deal. It's not too many people I want to work with other than the greats, you know, the Nas, the Jay-Z's. I think the next thing that would probably blow my mind if I work with probably be Killer Cam, anybody from Dipset, period. But if I work with Killer Cam, like, that would just be like, oh shit, like, I'm on now, I made it, like, you know what I'm saying? So that would be the deal breaker for me right there. Other than that, I mean, there's a few new artists I'll work with. Like, I'm really feeling Trinidad James. I really like his mixtape. I think a lot of people misunderstand him due to the single. I like Casey Veggie's newest shit, Life Changes. I think that's like gonna be the coldest tape that dropped this year besides The Gray Area, you know. And man, other than that, there ain't really too many people I can name like off the top of my head that I want to work with, you know what I'm saying? I think things will just fall into place, and you know, they'll you know, everything will work out. You know, the right people will approach me. If I could though, I wish I could time travel back to 03 and get signed by The Rock. that would be the only people I can name, you know, that I want to be signed by, but that's not possible. So we'll see where I end up, man. Yeah, I got shows frequently, you know, usually like once or twice a month for now. In the summer, you know, it'd be more. Y'all gonna see actually one of my shows in a little bit, you know, transition into that. But other than that, just look out for The Gray Area. More videos like this dropping, coming your way. You can get all of that, you know, on Krunky Monkie, their website, you can get it there. My website is NickyDSS.com, so it's NICKYDSSS. And also, that's my Twitter name, that's my Instagram, that's pretty much my username on everything, man. That's my social networking, that's my online handle. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, NICKYDSSS, Nicky Dsss. Cause motherfuckers think my name is Nicky D, and I hate that shit. I absolutely hate that shit. So you gotta emphasize the S's, the S. You know what I mean? So yeah. Yo, what up? This is Nick Dsss here with my boys from Krunky Monkie. Yes, that is their name. Get familiar. We're gonna bring y'all some live footage from a show I just had in LA, a place called Nola's. It was out in January. A lot of y'all didn't get to attend, so I brought y'all the footage. Shades of Grey EP coming out this month in March. The Gray Area is still coming soon. And make sure you go get my boys Radio and Lil Jeff from the Mike Mob, their mixtape Flex School, March 24th, MikeMob.com. Mike Mob with 2 B's. No, it's not a typo, man.
Ladies always telling me that they just wanna kick it. I think that it's the jealousy, see, cause they see how my kicks is.
These Air Nikes on my feet keep my cipher complete. Jordans and SBs when I'm out in the streets. I remember the days when I ain't had no heat. Now they fresh out the box every day by the fleet.